Yo, what up, people? Welcome back or welcome. I hope that this finds you when it needs to find you. I hope that you hear what you need to hear. We're back in my room. I invited you guys in. Clearly, we're developing some kind of friendship, and you guys care what I have to say. Or you don't. But, anyways, what I have to say is be honest. Be honest. Stop lying to yourself and others. Be true to who you are and where you're at when you are that person and when you are there. Be true to you. Be honest. The truth is, if you hide from yourself and you run away the same way that this whole world has taught us to do so, then you will constantly live a life of disappointment. You will constantly fall short. When you constantly point to people in front of you and act a certain way so that you can try and impress or make sure that ends meet or whatever it is, if you're trying to satisfy the person in front of you and you don't want to let them down, you can't please everyone. The truth is, if you try to please everyone, you will never please yourself. So if you're not honest with yourself about where you're at, then you will just hurt you. And the truth is, you need to be open. You need to have an open line of communication. And if that open line of communication hurts you, then they are not the people for you. They are not the people for you. The only place that is acceptable is a line of communication with yourself. If you communicate with you, it's not easy. It's not easy. The truth is, it is not easy to talk to you, to be honest with you, to come to terms with you, the things that you need, the things that you want. It's not easy to live in a way where you are actually open and honest with you to an extent where you know about what you want in life. That's a scary thing. But we've touched on this so many times. We've addressed this so many times. Uncomfortability is what grows you. Being comfortable will keep you stagnant. Being comfortable will keep you constantly running away from the reality. And we've been taught that. The truth is, we've been taught that. We've been taught to constantly hide and box ourselves in and put ourselves in a shell, because if we don't please everybody else around us, then this whole world is fucked up. And everything is fucked up, and we're all worried about A, B, C, D, all that kind of shit. But be honest. Be open, be honest. It's going to hurt. And if somebody specific hurts you and it's outside of you, you have one of two options. You can either A, walk away, or B, you can just seriously come to terms with that person and use it as an opportunity to grow you. You have two options based around that, and it's up to you what you choose based around that. It's up to you the way that you treat that person. But if you're not open and honest with that person, then it's going to be a fucked up journey for you and that person. And the reality is, it's hard. We've lied to ourselves the entirety of our lives. So if you look at somebody and you take that opportunity and you say, this is to grow me, then it is really fucked up to look at yourself and look at that person and say, hey, this is the person that I've been the entirety of my life. This is the person that I've carved myself to be. I've based the entirety of my life around lies, and I'm going to look at you and tell you the truth. It's going to hurt the fuck out of me, but I'm doing this for my own growth and doing this for our growth as a relationship, a friendship, as a family member, whatever this is. I'm doing this because I feel that we have more to accomplish and we can grow together. I'm going to tell you all of my lies. I'm going to be completely straight up with you. I'm going to be completely honest. And this is who I am. This is who I was, and this is who I want to be. And you come to terms with that. That's the hardest thing. To look yourself and the entirety of yourself in the mirror to an extent where you are just suddenly laid bare. Where you lay yourself bare in front of a person that will either understand you and walk away, or understand you and stick around and help you grow. And to be honest, I've been hurt by that before. I've been hurt by saying, this is the honest me. This is the honest way that I feel that you've treated me, the way that I feel that I've treated you. This is where I fell short, this is where you fell short. And some people looked me straight in my fucking shit and said, I ain't do nothing. And that's a lie. They're not honest to themselves. And what I want to add on to that is, if you are the kind of person that will tell yourself a lie so many times or tell other people a lie so many times that you believe it, you're fucked up, bud. You need some help. That's the truth. You can't keep lying and hiding. This is a world that taught us how to lie and hide. However, if you want to stick to that, you will constantly fall short. If you have two pathways, and this pathway is a really harsh incline, But you don't realize after you get over that harsh incline, you will actually have a smooth ride down. And it's not even a drastic ride down. It's not like a roller coaster, but you will kind of just be able to slowly just cruise. And then you have this other way of, let's go around the mountain. Let's avoid this problem that's in front of me. Let me walk around it. You will end up just constantly on a steady incline. Your legs will get fatigued. Instead of a really good workout where you now feel some kind of relief after, you will have just this constant burning sensation that you feel like you can never get over. Constantly trying to please people by avoiding the reality of you, instead of just dealing with what's in front of you, handling that, growing from it, and being a part of you in a way that's authentic. And I want to ask a question. When did authenticity become corny? When did telling the truth and fucking caring become this ironic thing that makes people look fucking weird? When does that become weird? When does it become weird to care about you, to take part in you, to actually live an authentic life? When was that wrong? When was it wrong to be a part of life authentically? To be true to you, to not look yourselves in the eyes and just avoid. What, because you're conscious and other people don't want to be? Is that when it became wrong? Because you're imploring people to be more than just themselves that they've settled for their entire life? Is that when it became wrong? Because you were honest with them and they weren't honest with themselves. Is that when it became wrong? Communication hurts. Communication with yourself hurts probably a lot worse. But if you don't do that, you will spend your entire life being unhappy. With people who make you unhappy. In a job that makes you unhappy. With a life that makes you unhappy. And then guess what you're going to do? You're going to pass that on to your kids. And their kids' kids if they don't fucking solve it. Do you want to see the people around you struggle? Or do you want to struggle a little bit so that you can grow? Do you want to handle you so that you can stop fucking avoiding the realities of life and take it all head on so that it doesn't seem like as big of an issue anymore? It's up to you. I think it's a little bit bogus if you're telling yourself or if you're telling other people that, that step up there is where I want to be, but I'm going to sit on this step right here. I'm not going to take any steps and, I'm comfortable here. In fact, I've been sitting here so long my ass might hurt a little bit, but, hey, when you come back down, can you bring me a cushion? I think that's bullshit. You want to stay stagnant because you want to lie to yourself, be my guest. However, I don't recommend. And I want to see more from you. I want you to be honest with yourself, to be honest with those people around you. Develop pure and good and loving relationships based on the foundation of trust and truth. Be honest with you to an extent where you're not even afraid anymore. And now, let me make a little bit of a confession. You may think the dude on the other end of this camera, me, has never told a lie before. That's bullshit. I've lied to so many people over so many things. And let me tell you, even if it's a white lie, it adds up. And you have to lie to keep up with that lie. You have to constantly lie to keep up with the idea that you aren't lying. And in the end, you convince yourself that it's the truth. So you're fucked up. But I've lied before. I've gotten caught in that mess. I've gotten caught in the idea that, I need to fake the person that I am. I need to fake the things that I am so that I can satisfy other people. The reality is I've suffered that whole entire time. And if I could go back to that blissful state of ignorance, go back to high school when my favorite thing was skipping class or smoking in the bathroom. If I could do that all over again and not feel any of this, not be conscious to an extent at all, I would. I would love to go back to having a group of fake people who implore me to avoid and avoid and avoid. And maybe they don't consciously do that, but they unconsciously and subconsciously do that because they're constantly leading by example and I'm constantly willing to follow them. If I could go back to constantly running away from home, avoiding the reality of what's around me, all my surroundings and so on, I would. If it was that simple where I could just snap my fingers and I forget about what's real. forget about my personality. I forget about the person that I want to be, the person that I was, and the way that I can just move forward with authenticity. If I could forget that, I probably would. I might really want to do that. I might really want to forfeit this life. But you can't turn around after you're honest. You can't fake it. And that's something that I have to warn you before you go into actually owning up to your shit, is that you'll never stop owning up to your shit. It's a constant battle. But I implore you to do it. I'm encouraging you to say fuck it. This hurts the shit out of me, but I'm going to constantly do it. I'm going to constantly grow, constantly be better than myself yesterday. Because I aim to be, because I know that I can be, because I know that there's better out for me. There's damage in this world, but the truth is, it's not easy. Nothing is easy. But keeping up with an act is harder. I'm sorry, I'm not an actor anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not faking anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not this person that you want me to be anymore. I'm sorry. But I don't care. And maybe I'm lying to myself when I say that. Maybe I am. Maybe I do care. I do care about the people that I lost because of that. I do care about the way that I was treated because of that. I do care about these things that have slipped out of my grip because I decided to be honest. I do care that I was honest with people and they took that for granted. It sucks. It does. And you will lose people over being honest. You will lose people over keeping an open line of communication. Some people aren't ready to communicate. Some people will never be ready to communicate. Some people will live their lives hiding from themselves. And that, as much as it's not acceptable, it's acceptable. That is something that you have to accept. It is what it is. That's the anthem for people who decide to grow and become a better person, and yet, other people don't. You'll find your people. You will. And I don't really know if I have yet. I don't really have that many people, so I can't exactly lead by example with that when I say that, but I'm honest at least. At least I'm honest. At least when somebody does something that gets on my nerves, I take a moment to breathe and then I communicate. At least I tell them how it is in a way that doesn't trigger them, doesn't set them off, and doesn't fucking get me into some big pile of fucking drama. I don't want the drama. I'm here to be honest. I'm here to live my life to its full potential. I'm here to tell you how it is in a way that doesn't make you feel like I'm telling you how it is. Like, the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. The truth is what you need to live up to. And faking is what you need to avoid. Being this person that you're not. It's bullshit. You want to stay comfortable. You want to sit on that same step. You never want to get up. You never want to take steps towards the actual you that you think that you can be. I don't recommend. That's a life of blissful ignorance, and if I could re-achieve that bliss, maybe I would go back, but I also still just don't recommend that. I think that there's better out there for you. And if I didn't truly believe that, I wouldn't be here, embarrassing myself in front of a camera that has people on the other end that probably judge me for all the shit that I say, probably think that I have no right to do this because I'm a relatively young person that is trying to spit game at you when you think that I have no fucking game and I have no fucking idea, no experience in this life that I lead. But maybe, just maybe, I'm inspiring you to some extent where you are ready to be honest with yourself and be the person that you are ready to be. And that is what I fucking aim for. That is what I aim for. And it's a struggle. A constant struggle to look myself in the face and say, I'm going to fight to be more today. Because I know that I can be. It sucks. It sucks. And I addressed this in an episode a little while ago. It sucks to be strong. But being strong, it's not a comfortable thing. There's a muscle tear that comes with it. And if you're not ready to tear that muscle so you can regrow a new one, then you are never going to grow. If you're not ready to be honest and stop lying to yourself and others and keep an open line of communication and do things that are meant for you, even if other people aren't meant for you in that process, and even if your progress pisses people off, even if you're growing and people don't want to grow with you because that communication hurts people, and even if blah blah blah, that sucks. but you're growing and you're honest and you're going to lead a happy life because you chose to be honest. Now that's scary. I'm sure it is. But I can only offer you that. I can only offer you the truth. The truth. And the truth is that I believe that this will carve a better life for me. The truth is also that I haven't gotten there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm still young. I don't own my own house or I don't have a fully paid off car. You know, I didn't even complete fucking college. I still work a 9 to 5, you know, which would make me unhappy if I stayed in it for the rest of my life. I'm still leading by an example that I don't want you to follow technically, but I'm also growing to an extent that maybe this is an example that you want to follow. I don't have all the answers, and that's honest. That's honest, and that's raw, and that's not what you want to hear. We want to hear somebody who can tell you, be honest, because it will give you this laundry list of bonuses. No, it will come with no bonus. The only bonus is your peace of mind and not having things weigh on your chest at all fucking times, knowing that you lied to people. I've lied about some fucked up shit. And the people that I trust, I finally went up to them and I said, hey, you know that thing I told you? It was a lie. It was a straight up lie. So I looked cooler. So you thought that I was, you know, some bad boy or some shit like that. That's so corny. I can't believe that even fucking came out of my mouth. But I've lied to people just so that I looked like I'm a bigger person. So I've looked like I'm better. And that's not true. It's not. It's the farthest from the truth. And that's the reality of things. But as soon as I was honest with them, oh my God, was a fucking weight lifted. Not instantly, because I had to fight. I had to fight with those people who didn't understand it, and I had to fight to keep those people around who did understand it. I had to fight no matter what. If you're honest, you have to fight. You have to fight with yourself to be honest. You have to fight with the people that care about you after you're honest because you want to keep them around. You have to fight with the people that don't care about you because you have to tell them, yeah, sorry, that's the boundary I'm setting and you need to step away. It's a fight. That's honest. However, honesty is what you need. Honesty will mean that you live an honest life filled with things that you actually want, things that you actually need, things that are actually beautiful and actually meant for you. Stop avoiding you. Stop putting up an act. You're not an actor. And if you are, sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect you. You are. I appreciate that. That's cool. Cool hobby to have. However, don't act in your day-to-day life. Don't lie to yourself so many times that it becomes the truth, because in that case, you're fucked up. You are damaged from the inside out, and you are just damaging people outside because you are damaged inside. Don't lie anymore. Be honest. Be open. Keep that communication going. You know? Communication hurts. But lying will add up, and it will catch up, and it will hurt worse. So, I hope you guys get what I'm saying. I hope that doesn't completely put you down and put you out of the idea of honesty, because at the end I offered no fucking solution for you guys, but I hope that it instead encouraged you and inspired you to be something more and something that you know that you can be. So, I love you guys, and that's honest. I care about you guys, and that's honest. And what I want to see from people that I love and care about is honesty. What I want from people that I'm around is communication and an open line of that. So, thank you guys for listening. Peace out. I hope that this found you when it needs to find you. I hope that you hear what you need to hear. Be honest with yourself, because it will make you happier. So,